If you follow the advice from a popular expat blog that I'm about to show you, you're going to end up in detention, maybe even worse. This major industry publication just floated a gotcha strategy for CBI passport holders that isn't just irresponsible, it's dangerous. They quote a consultant asking, "What if you just claim your mother was born there?" And they call it mission impossible for Norway, the country in question, to disprove. They frame it as a clever critique of policy. I call it soliciting a crime. Today, I'm going to break down exactly what is happening in Norway, why the strategy being amplified by Investment Migration Insider, aka IMI, will get you arrested, and what you need to do to actually protect yourself. I'm Brad with Evolution Expats. We've been in this industry for over a decade, both professionally and personally as expats ourselves. And whether we're talking about explicit advice or wink-wink implications, irresponsible information in this industry gets people in real trouble. Real detention, real deportation, and real entry bans. That's why getting this right matters. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why this mission impossible strategy fails in about 30 seconds flat, why it could result in criminal charges, and what you should be doing to protect yourself. If you're not subscribed to this channel, now is the time. The citizenship and immigration landscape is changing faster than ever. Laws are shifting, programs are closing, and apparently some publications are amplifying ideas that could land you in serious trouble. We cut through the noise and give you actionable intelligence you can actually trust. Hit subscribe, like this video to make sure the algorithm shows you the truth, not just the hype. Now, let's start with some context, because what's happening in Norway is not an isolated incident. It's part of a global pattern that has been building for years. And if you've been paying attention to this channel, none of this should surprise you. In 2017, Canada revoked visa-free access for several Caribbean Citizenship by Investment, aka CBI, nations. Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, gone, just like that. In July 2023, the United Kingdom revoked visa-free access for Dominica and Vanuatu. The Home Secretary at the time cited clear and evident abuse of their citizenship by investment programs. In December 2024, the European Union permanently revoked Vanuatu's visa-free access to the entire Schengen area. This came after years of warnings and a temporary suspension that began in 2022. Vanuatu had multiple chances to reform. They did not meet the EU standards. Access revoked. Just last week, on December 9th, 2025, the United Kingdom revoked visa-free access for Nauru. Their CBI program launched in late 2024, and within 13 months, the UK determined it posed an unacceptable security risk. And in April of this year, the European Court of Justice ruled that Malta's Citizenship by Investment program was illegal under EU law. Malta was the last country in the EU offering direct citizenship by investment. That door is now permanently closed. Cyprus, Bulgaria, and Montenegro all shut down their programs between 2020 and 2022 amid corruption, scandals, EU pressure, and access negotiations. Do you see the pattern? This is not Norway being unreasonable. This is Norway being consistent with what the developed world has been signaling for nearly a decade. CBI passports are under scrutiny, and that scrutiny is intensifying. Now let's talk about what Investment Migration Insider is reporting and how they're framing it. According to their article published December 15th, Norway has been denying entry to Caribbean CBI passport holders since August of this year. They cite only 5 confirmed cases involving citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dominica, Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, and St. Lucia. In one case, an Indian national arrived at Bergen Airport on August 9th with a St. Kitts and Nevis passport. When asked if he held an investment passport, he confirmed he obtained citizenship through investment. He was removed from Norway that same day. Now here's where IMI's framing becomes problematic. They present this as Norway somehow overstepping. They describe the policy as quiet and unpublished, implying that there's something secret or conspiratorial about it. They frame the border guard's question as unusual or inappropriate. Let me be absolutely clear about something. That border guard was doing exactly what border guards are supposed to do. When an Indian national presents a Caribbean passport, that is an obvious incongruity. It is literally the job of a border guard to inquire about incongruities. It's not discrimination, it's not conspiracy, that's competent border security. Your passport contains your place of birth. It is printed on the data page, it is encoded in the machine-readable zone, and it is stored in the biometric chip. So when an officer sees a passport from St. Kitts and Nevis and a birthplace of Mumbai or Delhi or anywhere in India, they're going to ask questions. They should ask questions. Any border guard who doesn't ask questions in that situation would be failing at their job. The European Parliament has been explicit about this. Even with ETIAS approval, even with a valid visa, the final decision about entry always remains with the National Border Guard. Always. A visa-free agreement means you don't need pre-authorization to travel. It does not mean you are guaranteed entry. It has never meant that. Border agents have complete discretionary authority to deny entry to anyone who does not satisfy their questions about the purpose and legitimacy of their travel. So, when IMI frames Norway's actions as somehow circumventing Schengen policy or reaching beyond their authority, they are either misinformed or deliberately misleading their readers. Norway is exercising the exact authority that every Schengen nation possesses and has always possessed. But here's where the article moves from questionable framing into genuinely dangerous territory. IMI prominently features a quote from a staff member who poses what's framed as a rhetorical challenge to Norway's enforcement. The quote goes like this: "What would Norway do if a traveler answered, 'No, I didn't get it by investment. I got it because my mother is a citizen from that country'?" They ask, how is Norway going to prove otherwise? And then the editorial calls it mission impossible for them to do so. Now, IMI doesn't explicitly tell readers to do this. They're just reporting a consultant's hypothetical critique of Norway's policy. Classic plausible deniability. But anyone who's spent 5 minutes in this industry knows exactly how that reads. In a world where people are desperate for mobility hacks and workarounds, floating this idea prominently and calling it mission impossible to disprove is irresponsible at best. Because here's what IMI apparently doesn't understand or doesn't care about. This isn't mission impossible. It fails immediately. Let me show you exactly why. First, let's be clear about what this strategy actually involves. If you obtain a citizenship through investment and you tell a border guard you obtained it through descent, you are lying to an immigration official. That's a crime. Full stop. In virtually every jurisdiction on earth, providing false information to an immigration authority is a criminal offense. It can result in immediate detention, deportation, entry bans that last years or even a lifetime, and in some cases, criminal prosecution. Mission impossible, they claim? The guard just has to look at your passport. Your place of birth is printed right there on the data page. Every passport, including your CBI passport. When you naturalize through a Caribbean Citizenship by Investment program, your new passport does not magically show you were born in Bassetière or Rousseau. It shows you where you were actually born: Mumbai, Lagos, Beijing, Tehran, wherever. The border guard doesn't need to investigate. They don't need to make calls. They don't need any special intelligence. They just need to look at the passport you handed them. Now let's talk specifically about the Indian national in this story, because understanding his situation exposes just how badly this mission impossible strategy fails. India does not allow dual citizenship. This is not a suggestion or a policy preference. This is their law. Under Section 9 of Citizenship Act of 1955, any Indian citizen who voluntarily acquires citizenship of another country automatically loses their Indian citizenship. Automatically. The moment he became a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis, he ceased to be an Indian citizen. That means that the man at Bergen Airport was not traveling with two passports. He was traveling only with his St. Kitts and Nevis passport. His Indian passport, if he still has it physically, is legally invalid. Cancelled. He cannot use it. He is a St. Kitts citizen born in India, traveling on a St. Kitts passport that clearly shows his Indian birthplace. The border guard sees this. The border guard understands this. The border guard asks the obvious question: how did you become a citizen of St. Kitts? And the man told the truth. He obtained it through investment. And Norway, exercising its sovereign authority, decided that was not sufficient for entry. That's not a scandal. That's border security functioning exactly as designed. The St. Kitts passport is a no-show passport, and Norwegian law does not recognize passports where the bearer did not have to present themselves to the government to receive it. Now, let's address the Mission Impossible scenario directly. What if he had claimed his mother was from St. Kitts? What if he had tried the strategy IMI is spotlighting? This is exactly the trap that this kind of irresponsible publishing walks people into. If his mother actually was from St. Kitts, he would qualify for citizenship by descent, not citizenship by investment. These are completely different processes with completely different documentation. Citizenship by descent requires proof of his mother's birth certificate, her citizenship documentation, and his relationship to her. These are the documents that become part of his permanent citizenship file. Citizenship by investment does not require this. It's a transactional process. You make a qualifying investment, you pass due diligence, you receive the citizenship. No ancestral documentation required because no ancestral connection is being claimed. Mission Impossible? Try explaining why your citizenship file has investment receipts instead of your mother's birth certificate. So, if this man at the border claims his mother was from St. Kitts, the border guard can ask the very simple follow-up question. Can you prove it? Do you have documentation? Can you show me your mother's birth certificate? Your citizenship application should reference her. Let's see it. And now he's trapped, because if he actually obtains citizenship through investment, he doesn't have that documentation. It doesn't exist. Now he's been caught not in just one lie, but in multiple lies that implies a completely different legal basis for his citizenship than was actually represented when he arrived. But it gets even more complicated because Indian citizenship law has changed multiple times, and that timeline also has to make sense. Before 1987, birthright citizenship applied regardless of the parent's nationality. Anyone born in India was perceived to be Indian. Between 1987 and 2003, at least one parent had to be Indian in order for the child to become Indian. After 2003, the requirements tightened further, with both parents' citizenship status having to be Indian in order for the child to be Indian. So, if this man claims his mother was from St. Kitts and his father was Indian, and he was born after 1987, a knowledgeable border officer might wonder how this timeline works. If his mother was never an Indian citizen, how is it that he was born an Indian citizen in the first place? This story has to be internally consistent, and the more questions that get asked, the more opportunities there are for the lie to unravel. Mission impossible? More like mission accomplished for the border guard who just caught you in a web of inconsistencies you cannot explain your way out of. This is what IMI apparently doesn't understand or doesn't care about. They're treating this like a clever rhetorical point where if you see the magic words of the border, the guard is going to be stumped. That's not how it works. Border guards are trained to probe inconsistencies. They ask follow-up questions. They look for stories that don't add up. And a story that doesn't add up gets you pulled into secondary screening, detained, or denied entry. The paper trails are different. The documentation is different. The legal basis is different. Claiming descent when you purchase investment citizenship isn't just a lie. It's a lie that creates a cascading series of problems you cannot talk your way out of. So, by amplifying this mission impossible idea, IMI is planting in readers' heads the notion that they should commit a crime by lying to border officials, that they should claim a citizenship status that they do not possess, one by descent, one that they cannot document, that they should enter a conversation about complex citizenship law that they may not even understand, and that they should create inconsistencies that a trained border guard is specifically looking for. The supposedly clever workaround doesn't make things easier. It makes things dramatically worse, and the person who tries it is the one who pays the price, not IMI, not the consultant that they quoted, the traveler detained in a foreign country, potentially facing criminal charges, almost certainly facing an entry ban. While IMI stops short of outright telling travelers to lie, spotlighting this mission impossible idea in an article that frames standard border discretion as some kind of shadowy conspiracy risks inspiring exactly that behavior, and they know it. And when someone follows that inspiration and ends up detained in Norway, IMI gets to say, well, we never told them to. That plausible deniability scenario, we've seen that before as adults. The traveler pays the price. That's not journalism. That's recklessness dressed up as reporting. At Evolution Expats, we don't do plausible deniability. We give you straightforward information, even when it's not what you want to hear. And right now, what you need to hear is this. Do not lie to border officials, ever, under any circumstances. Because we actually care about outcomes, not just generating clicks or selling advertising. That's our advice. So, what should you actually do if you hold a CBI passport or you're considering one? First, understand the limitations. CBI passports have always been what I call the economy class of second citizenships. They serve a purpose, they provide optionality for some people in some situations. And for them, they are the right choice. But they come with limitations that you need to understand going in. The visa-free access that makes these passports attractive can change. It has changed multiple times for multiple countries. What works today may not work in 2 years. You need to factor that into your planning. Second, if you already hold a citizenship by investment passport, do not lie about how you obtained it. If asked, tell the truth. You obtained citizenship through a legal investment program. That's a perfectly legal thing to have done. The passport itself is legitimate. You have nothing to hide. Behave accordingly. The people getting denied entry are not being denied because CBI is illegal. They're being denied because border guards have discretionary authority and they're exercising it. If you're polite, if you're honest, if you have your documentation in order and you can demonstrate the purpose of your trip and have proof of sufficient funds and return travel, you dramatically improve your odds of a smooth entry. But the final decision rests with the country you wish to enter. Travel is a privilege, not a right. Third, consider whether CBI is actually the right path for you. If you have ancestry that qualifies you for citizenship by descent in an EU country, that is almost always a better option. Italian citizenship by descent, Irish, Polish, Hungarian, Portuguese, these are citizenships that come with genuine legal connections to the country. No one questions them. No border guard is going to scrutinize your Italian passport because your grandmother was from Calabria. If you don't have ancestry options, consider residency pathways. Portugal, Greece, Spain, Malta, these take longer and require actual presence in the country, but they build a legitimate paper trail that makes your eventual citizenship unimpeachable. Fourth, get your documents in order now. Even if you're not ready to act to create a backup plan for yourself, start gathering your documentation. Birth certificates, marriage certificates, death certificates of ancestors, apostees, translations. This process takes time, often years. Starting now means you have options when you need them. Our document hygiene playlist walks you through exactly what you need to know and what you need to do to get it. The bottom line is this: the world is becoming more skeptical of citizenship by investment. That's not an opinion. That's observable fact based on the actions of governments across North America, Europe, and beyond. The programs are closing. Visa-free access is being revoked. Scrutiny is increasing. You can respond to this reality by getting defensive, chasing clever workarounds and hoping Mission Impossible strategies pan out, or you can respond by being strategic, getting properly informed, and building a legitimate mobility portfolio that doesn't depend on any single document or program. Norway's border guards are doing their job, and I applaud them. The EU is exercising authority it has always had, and Investment Migration Insider is amplifying ideas that could result in criminal charges for anyone reckless enough to act on them, while maintaining just enough distance to claim that they never said to do it. Now, if you want guidance from people who actually have your best interest in mind, who have navigated these waters personally and professionally for over a decade, and who will never hide behind plausible deniability when giving you advice, book a consultation with Evolution Expats. Whether you're exploring European ancestry pathways, residency pathways, or trying to figure out your options with an existing CBI passport, we can help you think it through strategically. And if you found this video valuable, subscribe. Share it with someone who needs to hear it, because there's apparently a lot of reckless information floating around dressed up as industry expertise, and people deserve better. Remember, the right information makes it all possible. I'm Brad with Evolution Expats, and I'll see you in our next video.